comes to my travel altar, this is typically what it looks like. I like this mint tin because it is more witchy and it's the Ouija board, so that's pretty awesome to me. Of course, you can use any mint tin. You can use an Altoids tin or any other shape or symbol. I have a lot of old vintage ones, but I really like this one for my altar just because it kind of conjures that energy for me and I love it. I'm going to show you what I have inside. So there's a lot of things going on in here and we're going to go over each of them. The main thing about a travel altar is it's very subject to your individuality, and so things will be in here that you want in here that may not be in this, and it'll be totally unique to each individual. I'm going to show you what I have in here just to give you guys some ideas. So I have a little bay leaf in here. I use bay leaves in a lot of rituals I do here on YouTube. They're always very good for helping to manifest things in your life, so they're good to have on the go. You can write your intentions on it, or if you're feeling a lot of anxiety, if you're a very anxious person like I am, having this is good because this will help to release things. You can also write on there and release stuff as well, and I have a video about that. The main thing about my travel altar is I like to have a little bit of all the elements and then things that speak to me. That's why it's very personal. I have a rose rope incense. This to me speaks to me a lot because I'm really drawn to rose, but it also represents the elements of fire and air to me. And so I like to have that in there. I have a little stick of Palo Santo for cleansing and blessing. I have a citrine crystal. I have a lot of anxiety and sometimes I get depressed, and so having a citrine there to just have my back and boost my energy is really important to me. And then I have a little quartz crystal. This is really good for your intuition. It's a really good enhancement crystal, and so it'll enhance the energy of the other crystals and items in this travel altar. And then I like to have black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is my favorite crystal alongside amethyst, and it's very protective. It's always helped me with my anxiety, and so it's just really good to have on the go. And then the amethyst for protection and for psychic, intuition, and all that sort of energy. So I was able to fit those 4 crystals in here. I'm sure I could fit more, but my point is you will find crystals that are the perfect size to live in here, so you just gotta look for something a little bit smaller. Next, I have a little bottle of salt. This is really good to just cleanse because salt is so protective. It's a magical detoxer. It protects against negative energy, and so like I said, it's good to just have on the go for protection. And then I also have a little bag of rosebuds. This to me, like I said, I'm really drawn to rosebuds. They're so comforting to me. I've always been drawn to them, but they also represent self-love, love, and positive energy overall. So they're just good, a little boost of happiness and good energy overall to have. You can also throw in your little tiny bottles of elixirs or, you know, serums or whatever it is that you like to use in your magical practices. You could even put moon water or water blessed with an enchantment in something like this and just take it with you. As long as you have a lid that you can screw on to keep it in there from spilling out, you can really put anything in here. This is just one of the oils I have that fit really well in here. And then I also have stuff like this. You can find stuff like this online. This is for a necklace. That's why it has a little loop right there. But it's just a little fairy bottle. You can put stuff in here. You could put salt in here. You could put herbs. You could put crystal chunks. You could put moon water in there. Anything really. It really depends on how creative you can get. And so this is just something good to have. You can find these online, I'm sure. They're probably not very expensive. Next, adding another element in here. I like to have a little tiny shell. Sometimes I'll have like a little bottle full of sand. It just depends on what I'm feeling, but just this little shell to represent water. These matches here to light my sage or Palo Santo, or if I had a candle in here, or this incense, then we can light that with these, and it's just a good little thing to have in there to balance it out. So the main thing when it comes to a travel altar, like I said, is that it's really personal. So a lot of people like to decorate them and line them with fabrics or sigils, and that's a great idea. So go with what you feel. What I typically like to do is I go by season and what I'm really drawn to. So I don't like to glue anything in here just because I change it so often, but I like the idea of putting like a tarot card in here if you have like one from a deck that you lost, or like some sort of tarot picture if you don't want to use a card, and putting that in here, or lining with sigils, putting moss in here. I love putting moss in here. I also like to put little leaves from my plants or something from nature in there just to represent earth. and it's just so grounding to me, and I just love it. I typically switch these out for the seasons, and so it'll just depend. Like for the autumn, I'll have autumn leaves in here. For the spring, I'll put like spring flowers in here, and for the summer and so forth. So it just really depends on the season for me. But you can decorate these, you can put whatever you want in there. I would suggest putting protection items and things that you think you need on the go. You just gotta get creative, and remember to put your intention in here for whatever it is you want this altar to do for you. The main thing is just feeling it. It has to call to you. It's like any sort of magic, it has to speak to you. And if it does, then that's where the power lies. So you could create many different travel altars. You can have one for protection, one for the seasons, one for your own, you know, like personal use, one for your deity. You can get so creative with this, and it's so simple. Just find the items that speak to you, enchant them, enchant the mint tin, and you'll be good to go. And you can keep this in your pocket, in your purse, hidden under your pillow. You can use it if you're a broom-closeted witch and nobody will know about your craft, and it's just perfect all together. But that is my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear about what you put in your travel altar and how you made yours, what mint tin you use, what types of things you put in there, how you decorated it. Comment all that below. I love having new ideas, and other witches can benefit from this if they watch this video and read the comments as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye.